What's going on, Dmvf? It's your boy, The Big Hurt. Now, we all know about this promo series thing I got going on with Black GOP. You already know Tuesday, the biggest interactive match in the history of the Federation, 12 noon, open invitation. We've done all that already. I want to address some of the things that Jason said in this promo, and just some of the things. And I'm not going to address them with him, I'm going to address them with you guys. So this is going to be one of those things where I kind of dribble on for a little bit, and you can listen to it or not. I don't really care. I'm going to call this the Black Print. How do you beat Black GOP in a promo series? And I'm the only person that can really speak on this. So, we all know what Jason is. Most powerful guy in the Federation. All-time top villain. President. He doesn't have CEO status, but if he wanted it, he would have it. It is what it is. He's the guy that nobody enjoys promoting against. Except me. Or you, if he allows you to have fun during your promo series. If he allows it. But how does one get to that position where they can hold things like that? Where they can hold that type of power over the rest of the Federation? I'm going to tell you how. Perception and reality. He's the master of these. Let's start with reality. The reality of the situation. If you go into a promo series with Jason and you don't know your reality, you've lost. You don't want to find out about yourself during a promo. You don't want to find out about yourself when he's telling you something in the promo. And I've seen lots of people find out about themselves during a promo, all the while denying it. Me, let's take some of the things he said about me. You can't sell. You're sloppy. You don't have the energy to keep up. All these things are true. He knows these things to be true. More importantly, I know them to be true. I'm not a good salesperson. I couldn't sell my match to Mike Brown, and that's fine. I never need to be a salesman. It is a skill that I'm hoping to pick up on as time goes by. Truth be told, I watched Jason do it, and I try to apply. It's not really my thing, but it's something that I'm working on. And I'm honest with myself about that. You have to be honest with yourself when you're in a promo series with him. Or you've lost. So, can't keep up, sloppy, no energy, bad promos. I'm not what I was in this Federation. Status-wise, health-wise. That's a very real thing. I sleep 16 to 18 hours a day. It's a very real thing. God, I've been awake for about 2 hours and I'm sleepy now. It is what it is. I'm not taking antibiotics. I'm tired. He knows this to be true. So to the rest of the Federation, the perception is, oh, he's finishing off the Big Hurt. But to me, I look at it and I go, Jason feels like I'm well enough to be in a promo series with him. So he's calling me up to a promo series with him. Because to be perfectly honest, I was very surprised when he jumped out at me. Caught me off guard. And it's fine. But the perception of it all. How do you control perception? I'll tell you how. You get your finger on the pulse of the Dmvf. Person by person by person. You learn about each person. You know each person. You have individual relationships with each person that makes each person feel like they're the only person that has that relationship with them. And then you learn how they move. You learn how they tick. You learn all their weaknesses, all their strengths. And you play off of it. on a very personal and emotional level. Because I always say, once you get emotional in the promo series, you've lost. And Jason is not an emotional guy. His promos aren't emotional. They're made to create emotion from the opponent. How do you create emotion from an opponent? You establish an emotional connection, positively and negatively. Here's how you do that. We've all seen Jason Terrell give us that positive boost that helps us emotionally, whether it be in the federation or out of the federation. You might be going through a bad time. You might not be feeling good. You might be in a bad way. I'll tell you mine. Just one of mine. I left Virginia Beach before I was ready to, a couple months earlier. And Jason was there to say, hey, you know, you're not retreating. You're advancing in a different direction. Everything's fine, dude. Oh, you did the damn thing. You left. You lived it up. Lots of people can't say that. You know, and at the time, I was just so down. I was like, yeah, I guess you're right. And then, of course, eventually I snapped out of it. But I was very happy that he was there to help me out with that. Side note, Mike Brown also was there to help me out with that. Mike Brown called me, and I said this plenty of times. Mike Brown called me at the lowest point in my life. He just happened to be the one who rang the phone when I was, you know, sitting in the house listening to the last track on the Ready to Die album over and over. You know that track or you don't. And, you know, which is why normally in a promo series with Jason, if I feel like Mike Brown is, you know, throwing shots at me and Poetry is tagging along, I will lob shots back, but that's not what I'm doing here. And I'm almost offended that he thought I was trying to disrespect him intentionally, and that's something I'll deal with him later on. Whatever. Anyway, back to Jason. I get lost on tangents. It's part of the reasons I can't sell. He was there to pick me up through that. Now, on the flip side, there's not a lot of things that he can say or do to me that in reality make me angry. I'll tell you the one, though. When we were in the cabinet, I saw the way Mike Brown and Brandon D. Daniels were moving. I saw it. And I always say if I was a superhero, my power would be I can see shit coming. I'm a ghetto psychic. And I look, and I'm like, this isn't going to end well. And I go to Jason. This had to be a couple of weeks before I got kicked out of the cabinet. I said, before Brandon D. Daniels and Mike Brown come to you and convince you to kick me out of the cabinet, just give me a heads up. And even at the time, he was like, oh, dude, go ahead. I said, all I want is a heads up. And I didn't get that. It was the only thing in the situation I was angry about. It was the only thing in the situation I was angry about. But I knew it was coming. That way I wasn't very emotional about it. And since I was prepared for it, I got to enjoy myself during that promo series, very much so. Not a lot of people can say they enjoyed themselves during the promo series of Black GOP. I can say that. That's a reality. That's a reality of an emotional connection that I have with him and how he uses it against me or for me. Now, the perception. During the promo series, he's lobbing fat jokes at me, and I'm like, dude, you know that's not going to work against me. He's like, yeah, dude, I know. But he kept doing it. It took me a while to realize it doesn't matter what me and him think or what me and him know. There are assets about this promo series that we'll laugh about later on that will go way over everybody in the Federation's head. But he knows what it took me a while to figure out. Perception is reality. Everybody looks and says, oh my God, he's saying fat jokes to Big Hurt. He's done. Big Hurt's done. Perception is getting on Unleashed any chance he gets and goes, I've never been defeated in the promo series. And he throws the bait out, and I'm always getting my Floyd Mayweather on. I always dodge that. I never fall into that trap. And whether he admits it or not, I can always feel him smiling a little bit when I don't go for it. I can always feel, I just don't go for it. It's fine. And we'll talk about that in a second also. But because of that, coupled along with the fact of everybody else in the Federation, with that emotional connection, and he's really fierce in promo battles, there's also that little bit of fear. It's like, I wouldn't want to be standing across from him right now. The stuff he's saying to Big Hurt, oh God, if he said to me, I'd be dead. Therefore, Big Hurt must be dying. How do you defeat Black GOP in the promo series? Answer, you don't. All you can do is withstand the barrage. How many people has he destroyed? Like literally broken, destroyed, ran out of the Federation just in the last couple of months? You know how I find victory in this promo series, Jason? It's not from making a miraculous recovery and becoming the Big Hurt of old. It's not by engaging you at 3 o'clock in the morning on a post where I know I have no business engaging you in the post. Something else we'll laugh about later. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to engage him in the post. And he starts beating me back. You know when you're getting beaten back, people. Beating me back. And I'm like, okay, let me get out of here. I'm going to sleep. I tried it. It didn't work. I have no problem taking the lump. I have no problem with that. How do I win this promo series against Black GOP? Because I know that even at my worst in this Federation that's right now, you, Jason, can't break me. Now, you might try, or you might not. You know, typically what usually happens with Jason is when he knows he's in the driver's seat, he kind of just cruises on. Or you might turn up a little bit, which would be cool. Kind of lets me know something about what I'm doing. Now, again, I have a problem selling, so lots of you people aren't going to get what I'm saying, but it's very real. Everything I just said was real. I feel pretty good about this promo. Everything I said was pretty good. Now, Jason can do what he does with everybody else. He could take this promo and go, oh, man, that was a heavy blow, because the perception, when you control perception, you can take a pinprick promo from somebody and make it look like a stab wound. Like, oh, that was a heavy, hurtful promo to this guy Levy, and come back and instantly people look at that person and go, hey, man, he hit Black GOP. He's legit. Or he could take a promo that hurts him, or it's just a good promo. This promo doesn't hurt him because he knows none of you are ever going to use it. But he could take a good promo like this and go, it was nothing, and it was nothing. If he says this promo is nothing, it's nothing. I can't sell. So the only thing I can hope, when you can't sell, what you end up seeing is you tell somebody the idea over and over. You tell somebody over and over, hey, man, we should sell Django to the McNinney Mining Corporation. You say it over and over. And then eventually somebody goes, hey, I got an idea. Let's sell Django to the McNinney Corporation. And you have to just go, that's a good idea. And just be happy that you influenced them in that way. And it's fine. Jason, I look forward to your response. I know there's going to be a price to pay for this, and I'm willing to pay it. Do you know why? Because even on my worst day, I still can. And I'll see you soon.